Yo YouTube, welcome to the second video in my series showing you some of my collection, highlights of my collection. I have a lot of jersey cards and things like that. Brett Favre is my PC, so that's what these will be. But I have some really interesting game used stuff. So everything in these two stacks here is game used. As we know now, they barely even put uniform worn stuff in products or uniform cards, jersey cards, whatever you want to call them, and most of them are not game worn. Even some of the high-end products don't have game worn stuff in them anymore. So I believe these are going to be something in the future that are going to gain in value, gain in popularity, and really have some good rarity and interest in the hobby going forward. So I kind of got them themed out here. I'll start with jersey cards and I'll sort of go through explaining the cards as we go. So let's go ahead and start with this first stack here. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of jersey cards. I probably have another 30 or 40 different assorted jersey cards, but they're just they are all game worn. I only buy game worn jersey cards, but they're all just kind of run-of-the-mill jerseys. These are kind of the special ones. So this first one here is a duel with Mark Brunell, which is kind of interesting because Mark Brunell was drafted by the Packers and was on the Packers squad for his rookie season. And I got to take this out of the screw down and just realized it's still in it. There's plenty of space in there for the card, so it's not getting squished or anything. But what I like about this one is the red piece of jersey there is actually from one of Favre's practice jerseys. So I found that really interesting. So this is a practice worn jersey card from the Upper Deck Company. So it's a Brett wore his practice jersey and Mark Brunell wore his practice jersey. I'm not sure if this was in 2002. I'm not sure when Brunell was drafted, if it's a practice jersey from when he was with the Packers or what, but just a really interesting card. You don't see game worn or practice worn jersey cards real often. This one's kind of interesting. This was a set called Authentics that was done in 2002, I want to say is when this came out. 2004 was this set. What's interesting about this one is, yeah, it's just a white napkin piece of jersey, but it's got this little mini ticket in it, which is a replica from a real game. I don't think it's an actual ticket from the game, but it's just interesting. It's in this, this little die-cut window here. And this is a Packers-Bears game, which Section 501, Row 5, Seat 1, from September of 2004. And I don't think it has a price on it, which would be interesting because I'm sure the tickets are quite a bit more now. But just a really interesting card to kind of, put the ticket in along with the jersey. Just a cool concept. These next two are kind of along the same lines, but in 2000, I think these are both 2010. Well, this one here is 2011, and this one's 2010, I believe. Yeah. Well, what's really cool about these is it has two game-used jerseys from Brett on the card, one Packer and one Vikings. I just think that's super cool. I would love one where it's Packers, Jets, and Vikings. I would pay up to get that, but these are Packers and Vikings, and it does say on here enclosed game worn material, so definitely game worn. And then this one also says cut from authentic jerseys personally worn by Brett Favre in official NFL games. So just really cool to have a couple of his jersey swatches. It's the same player twice on a card, but with two different teams. I think those are really unique. And I didn't pay much for most of these cards. Those were, again, it was before the price booms and stuff too, but I maybe paid $15 or so for those jersey cards. Crazy to think about that now. The next ones are my patch cards. This was a gift from a friend of mine. Pretty cool. This is from National Treasures, which of course is the premium highest of the high-end sets. You get this nice little white corner patch from his number on there. It is numbered out of 5. Nice green foil around everything, and I believe This one actually says player worn material, which is crazy. This is a National Treasures card from 2017. So crazy. I'm pretty sure a lot of these were game worn, but I just thought, I mean, think about this. This is the highest end you can buy now. I mean, this stuff's what, $2,000 a box when the new sets come out, something like that. And they can't even put a game worn jersey piece in it. These were probably, $50 a box when they came out, and I got 2 swatches of game worn jersey pieces in it. So crazy how much the hobby has changed, if you will. This one is so these are all patch cards, by the way. These next few. So this is a patch card as well. This is from Fleer Platinum, and I think this was 03. Yeah, 2003. What's cool about this was they did some jersey cards, and then they also did some patch cards. So this is a patch off of a game-worn jersey. So what I liked about that was if you got a jersey card, you got a plain piece of jersey. If you got a patch card, you got kind of an upgraded swatch of material in there. And then they were lower numbered. This is numbered out of 220. And it does say from a patch from an authentic game-worn jersey worn by Brett Favre. Now, this one, to me, is specifically cool because it's got the laundry tag portion in here that shows that's made the jersey authentic, saying it was designed to the exact specifications of Brett Favre as a player. So really cool card. I really like the gold on the card where it sort of looks like the patch material in the background, and just a nice swatch of patch. One of my favorites. This next one, same thing. This was also this was 2004 Fleer Showcase, Fleer Genuine. But they did the same thing with this set as well, where they had jersey cards, and then they also did like patch versions of the same card. So the better pieces were on what they would call a game-worn jersey patch. I really like the design of this card. I have a couple different versions of it. I got a base version, with no memorabilia in it. I've got a parallel version, something like that. But I just really like how it's sort of like the newspaper article, and I really like what it says on here, the toughest in the NFL. He definitely proved that, and he holds one of the only NFL records that I believe will stand probably forever with the way the game has changed. But consecutive starts for a quarterback will never be touched. This is 58 out of 150. I really like the stamping on the back where it's holographic. I think it's pretty cool. Makes it virtually impossible to copy. And of course, this is a piece of authentic, oversized, game-worn jersey patch worn by Brett Favre, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. So again, really cool, game-worn, and just a nice 3-color patch. It looks great on this card with the nice long window having the stripes on there, and just an amazing piece of material. This next one, the next couple here are jersey cards with other players. This first one here is from Upper Deck Ultimate, I believe is what it was called, Ultimate Collection. It doesn't quite get as much respect as like Exquisite and things like that from that time frame, but I think it will, because this was a really high-end, nice set. And of course, it's got Bart Starr on one side and Brett Favre on the other. And if we look at the back here, you received a game-used jersey trading card from Upper Deck. In the front are authentic pieces of jerseys worn by Bart Starr and Brett Favre in NFL games. So a game-used jersey piece of Bart Starr. Crazy. Just one-color pieces, nothing super fancy with the pieces, but just the 2 greatest quarterbacks in Packer history, in my opinion. On one card, some game-worn jerseys. Nice looking design. I like the gold, goes with the helmets and stuff, and just fantastic. And this next one is some of the best quarterbacks of all time, and they just had really nice pieces of jersey in it. So it's something I wanted to have. Fran Tarkenton was a quarterback that I really respected. He was obviously before my time playing, but so good. And then these 3 guys I watched play for many years. We got Dan Marino. It's got a little bit of A little bit of stitching there in the corner. Fran, of course, has your two colors. And then we got the good old Brett stripe here, the white, green, and yellow patch. And then John Elway, which has some number on it. Fantastic card. It's called Classic Quads, which is interesting because they put the wording this way, but then all the pictures and the patches go that way. But again, we'll read the back here. Authenticity. Enclosed pieces of jersey were from authentic jerseys personally worn by Marino, Favre, Tarkenton, and Elway in official NFL games. Numbered out of 25, so nice low number too. It's not in perfect condition. These thick cards like this back then were tough. You know, it's got some wear in the corners and stuff, but such low numbers and such nice pieces of fabric. It's a little bit of a busy card, but I think it looks cool with all the different jersey pieces. So that's that. And the next couple here, we'll slide the pile back over. These next two are really interesting. These are game-worn shoe cards. So you can't even get game-worn jersey cards now, even in, as I showed you earlier, even in high-end National Treasures, they're player-worn. But back then you could get shoe cards. So this one, we'll start with this one here. It's got this nice little stitched piece of white leather, preferred materials, and it does say shoe on here somewhere. Must just be on the back, but yeah, authentic game-used shoes. So just super cool, something you'll never see nowadays, probably ever again, unless you're going to pay up for the actual shoes. And then this one, which I like even more, and I'll show you why in a second, but this is from 2000 Absolute. Again, authentic game-worn shoes. Nice piece of the green material from his shoes there. Pretty good design on the front. You know, it's got a bunch of different, field stuff there. Some nice green colors. But what I really like is the back. So the back has, this is a photo of the actual shoes from which the swatch was taken. So there's the actual pair of shoes they got from Brett Favre. And you can tell, all the green fabric up and down there. My card here has a piece from that part of the shoe. Enclosed piece of shoe is cut from authentic shoe, personally worn by Brett Favre in an NFL game. Authentic worn shoes. So, how cool is that? And again, these weren't really expensive. I'm guessing they're a little more expensive now. I bought these a while ago, but for what they are and what they contain, I think is great value. I see people buying, gold prism cards, which are, they're numbered out of 10 or whatever, but there's really nothing special about the card. They just printed it in a different color. This is something where it's, it's got NFL history right in the card. I think it's really cool. Okay, next we have some game-used helmet cards. So we step up, we've got the shoes from his game, now we've got some actual helmet pieces. So this one's kind of cool because it's got some little slivers from his face mask. And one other thing that's cool about this is National Treasures before National Treasures was National Treasures. Anyway, this was playoff National Treasures, and right on the front here it says authentic game-worn face mask. You can see that there. And on the back, in the certificate of authenticity, enclosed piece of helmet was cut from an authentic helmet personally worn by Brett Favre in an official NFL game. Numbered out of 25, so low numbered again. Amazing, amazing card. Really, really fun with the two pieces of helmet there. Then these two actually have full chunks of colored helmet. So this first one here is called Hardware, and it says on the bottom there, authentic game-worn helmet. You can see the nice sparkly yellow piece of plastic, I'm guessing, so they're made out of some kind of plastic. And then on the back, 13 out of 25, so low number. Piece of helmet was cut from an authentic helmet personally worn by Brett Favre in an official game. And again, very cool. It has a picture of the actual helmet. You can see how it's kind of scraped up and stuff, and it was worn in a game. So let's pop this one out and we can take a look at it a little bit, so you can see what that helmet piece looks like. Again, these aren't incredibly expensive. They're not as cheap as like the shoes and some of the jersey ones, but nice piece of round top of the helmet there. Crazy. I would love to get like part of a G or something on one, so that, you know, I'm always looking for the helmet cards. They don't come up real often, and I have yet to see one that has like a nice piece of G, or, you know, the green and white stripe on the middle would be really neat. This one does have some yellow with the green. This one is also called Hardware, out of Leaf Limited, and I think it says here, yeah, this way, authentic game worn helmet. So numbered out of 100 this time. Closed piece of helmet was from an authentic helmet worn by Brett Favre in an official NFL game. So again, it was game used, which is extremely important. Let me take a look at this one a little bit. Really kind of hard to see in the top loads, but you can see the nice piece of helmet there. So we got a little bit of that green that goes right down the middle there, and then, you know, some of the yellow off to the side. So super cool. Love these cards. I'd kind of bought both of these at the same time, sort of by accident. There was a few helmet cards up at one time for some reason. Ended up winning them both. And I was going to get rid of one, and then I decided that, no, way too cool. I'm going to hang on to it. This is one of my favorite cards made of all time. So this was a card from Collector's Edge. So this was 1997 Collector's Edge, the best year of card manufacturing ever, in my opinion. It's really, really, really thick. As a matter of fact, it's got a little bit of a curve in it. I'm not sure if that was from the pack or what, but it's got this huge window in it where you can kind of see the front of Brett on the back here, and then his side view. And then if you look at the front here, it's got this nice piece of game-used helmet. So just a little punch hole of yellow from a helmet. It's got sort of that G mark over the top. It is the 22 karat gold, which is something that Edge did with a lot of their products. But again, you have this nice window here where you can see, you know, the side of Brett's head in the huge window. Really, really cool card. I got this extremely cheap. This was in a video a while ago from a mail day, but it wasn't listed well at all. It didn't say game used helmet. It didn't have any of that on it, and I got it for just a couple of bucks. So I would do that all day, every day. And then finally, these last two are game used pieces from the Super Bowl. There's one more game used Super Bowl card that I want to pick up. It's got a ball in the middle, and then it's got Drew Bledsoe on one side and Favre on the other, and it has a Super Bowl game ball thing on it or whatever. So this is NFL game used ball, personal victory. These are really rare. They're actually pretty expensive. I think these, normally you'll see these for like $75 to $100. But what's great is the Super Bowl right up on the back, the famous picture of Brett running around without the helmet on when they beat the Patriots. And it's got a little write-up on here about his personal victory, and then it's got the stamping of the numbering. So this is number 180. You can kind of see the 180 there. I think that's 180 of 200. So very, very cool. Super thick card. There's almost like a card on the top and a card on the back, and then some stock in the middle, which is where the ball is set in. But nice refractor surface, really cool looking card. So that one's great. It's already in my to be graded holder here, as you can see. It's a little thick, but. And then this one I just got a few days ago. I put it in my mail day video. This is also from the Super Bowl, and it's a piece of the gold post from the Louisiana Superdome. Really cool, old school Topps design, like 50s Topps design. Does have the wrong score on there. It was 35 to 21, but that's okay. And then on the back here, it does say goalpost relic contained on this card is from Super Bowl 31. So it is an authentic piece of goalpost from that Super Bowl. Again, something I don't think you'd ever see. They would cut up a goalpost from the Super Bowl and throw them in cards. So just some really unique variety of game worn stuff. some fine examples of the superiority of 90s cards, and what they put into them, and were able to afford to put into them. So really happy to have these in my collection. Let me know what you think down below. Leave some comments. Please like, subscribe, and let me know if you like this type of video, if it's something else you'd like to see. If you have any requests, I'd love to hear them. Otherwise, that's it for now. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.